Well, hello there, Allison. I'm going to try to make this quick because I don't know how much time my phone will let me record for. Um, my last couple videos have been cutting in and out just because I've run out of storage, which is dumb. But anyways, let's get to painting. This one is going to be a beach, I think. So let's try to do a beach. Let me see if I can find some inspiration on my Pinterest. Let's see. This one looks promising. Alrighty, so I poured out blue, but we're actually not going to use blue. We are going to use a combination of vermilion, which is this one right here, but I'm going to pour some new. I used way too much right there. That's okay. We're going to use some crimson red, which is right here, but again, I'm gonna pour some more. And we are going to use some yellow. I only have one color yellow. It's this really, really bright one. It is lemon yellow, and it lives up to its name. And we are also going to use some ultramarine, which I think is actually that right there. So we'll just keep it at that. Alrighty, and now you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna prime it. So we're gonna put all this water on here and just spread it around. Get it all nice and saturated. It don't have to be soaking. It just needs to have something for the water to grip onto and glide and do its thing. Okay, now we are going to we're gonna do like a sunset beach thing because that's what I found on Pinterest. So we're gonna do orange, oh man, and we're gonna do our red. Oh, so pretty, nice. Okay, so we're gonna do this at the top. And this is way too much water, but that is okay. We're gonna take our yellow, water that down a whole bunch, turned it into orange, which, you know what, that's fine. It's all good. We're just gonna keep moving along, keep going. We'll get there eventually. And yellow, there we go. Bring that up. You're gonna move the yellow into the dark, because if you bring the dark into the yellow, that's what's gonna happen. Which is what I didn't want to do. So we're gonna bring that up. Pretty. And then we can make some pink, so let's get some white. Cool. I'm gonna use that white. Use some red. And it's not quite a normal pink, but it'll do. So we're gonna use some pink right here. Kind of just looks like orange, but that's okay. It happens. And we're gonna take more yellow and just all the yellow until it looks like a pretty little sunset. And we are going to take a tissue or something and just pat right there. That is our sun. And we can just go around the sun like that. And we can go in with some reds and some like the darker colors. We could even make like a purple if we wanted to. Gotta get more red than that. It's a pretty dark purple, so I'm gonna add more red. Yep, there we go. That's the purple we're looking for. Right there. about 2 parts red to 1 part blue. I'm gonna add some of that to the corners here. Oh no. I just had another cup of coffee, by the way. I'm gonna add some like clouds in here. To do the clouds, I'm literally just scraping, not scraping, but I'm just gently pulling it lightly across sideways. Okay, cool. Alright, nice. And I want to kind of make this blend a little bit better, so I'm just going to right there. Nice. And need more yellow. So at this point I have been painting for 11 hours because YouTube has not been letting me upload. Let me make sure it's still recording. Okay, we're good. YouTube has been a pain today and like not let me record very quickly. Like each recording has been taking 2 hours to do and you can only upload 1 at a time. I'm gonna take this purple and just make a horizon line right there, right across. Perfect, just what we're looking for. And now we're gonna make a darker purple. So we're just gonna add more blue. But that's a bit too blue for me, so I'm gonna add a little bit more red. And that's right back to the purple that we started with, and maybe it's a little bit more blue. But I want more of it, so I'm gonna add water. And ta-da! Perfect. I think. Alright, cool. Now we're gonna just I need a different brush. Okay. So we're gonna make that mountain line now with this darker purple, which I just made with the blue and red, because that's how you make purple. And this is way too much water going on right now. Really shouldn't use this much. But, yeah. This is not going to turn out good. But that is okay, because we make art. Oh, you know what? They're not using watercolor. They're using acrylic. So, we're just going to wing it. I'm just going to add more blue and make another not horizon line, because that's not what this was, but another mountain line. Go back in and redo this one. Cool. That means I've got to make this one darker. Or we're just going to add more blue because we want a difference. Cool. Oh crap. I have pickles that I am eating and I almost dumped my paintbrush into the pickles. That would have been bad. Okay, now we are going to make a straight line right here. Okay, straight line. We're gonna try to blend this into that line. Maybe this isn't gonna be an ocean. Maybe this will just be a landscape, because this is a very sad ocean. I didn't realize that the lady that I was watching, she split her page in half. So if we wanted to make it an ocean, it would have had been like an entire thing. So instead, what we can do is, let's see, what is on the opposite side? Orange. So if we want to neutralize blue, we add orange, and that makes this dark color. And that dark color is one that we can use to, I want to do a wash first. So we're going to make a wash with this color right here, which is a combination of blue and orange, because on the color wheel they are on opposite sides, they're complementary. So when you add them together, or when you mix them together, they neutralize each other and start to make a brown. Let me grab my coloring wheel, show you. So we had blue, which is right here. So directly across would be orange. We used a very bright orange. We used more of a red orange, which would neutralize a blue-green, which is why it didn't quite make that brownish color. But we're gonna let that dry, do its thing. I think that it has some chance at redemption. I think I can make it work. I believe in you too. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing for this one. But I'm just gonna add more of the, this is the vermilion. I'm just gonna add more of it to the sides. Just make it a little bit nicer. Add more of that yellow orange just to blend it a little bit. And some more yellow. And if you have trouble blending, just remember, water is your friend. And horizontal is the way to go right now. So these right here are our clouds. I just want to add some like yellow to them maybe. That was a mistake. But we're gonna roll with it. And we're gonna go in with that purple, just kind of underneath. Oh, I should mention, purple and yellow are also complementary colors and will make a brown when you combine them, which is why this color is happening right now. Not very pretty, but I mean, we'll make it work. I'm just gonna add some orange in there just to spice it up a little bit. Maybe we can make this mixed media. Add in some other things, maybe some colored pencils. That would be cool. Right, and now gotta keep the computer going. Alright, page 5 uploaded before page 4. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, now I am going to make some trees. So I'm just gonna go straight up, all the way up, with the brownish color that we made using the, what did we use? Blue and orange, this color. And most people I see use like a fan brush, but I don't have one of those. So I'm going to teach you how to make a tree as I learn, just using a normal brush. Go sideways with it and just go for it. It's not going to work very well over this cloud because the cloud is still very wet. I think that even though this one isn't turning out at all how I planned it, it's going to look very nice. Trust the process is the key here, I guess. And I'm just going in layers, and I'm going to beef up the tree in a minute. I'm going to make more of that color by just blue and orange. Which you don't need a whole lot of it. And there isn't really a ratio for it just because those two colors are just going to make that for you. So we're going to start by doing this color for the trees, but we're also going to go in with black afterwards just to make it a little bit more cohesive. So I'm also going to do a tree right here, pretty much just to cover the ugly clouds. And again, just horizontal in a relatively triangle shape. Just kind of don't be clean with it. The nice thing about going in these rows and leaving space in between is so that you can go in later and thicken it up where you want it, but still have that empty space, which empty space is called negative space. Although I don't know if it would be considered negative space in this already because it's painted. I am not making any sense at all. I need to have water or something to counteract this coffee. And then I also want to have some like smaller trees over here. Again, nothing special, just be. Cool. And now we can go in with, let me make sure I'm still recording. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, I need black. Here we go. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. All right. So now we're just gonna take this and we're just gonna sacrifice this well. We don't need it anymore. Made a nice pretty black. Has some hints of the orange, or not the orange, the green that was in there already. And what we're gonna do is these trees that were in the foreground that were closest to us, oh no, we're gonna wait until they dry and then we'll go in with the black so that it doesn't smudge like that. Because, yeah. Oh, it is very wet. I wonder if I can dab some of this ugly color off. I can. If you can dab off some of this ugly color, or you can just not put it. Up to you, you know. Whatever you like. It's also a no-no, but we could just do it because why not? use the white watercolor like you would acrylic, or even just use white acrylic. If you don't water it down a lot, then it can go on pretty thick, and you can just go ahead and slap some on those clouds. When you do it, try to keep the highlight towards where your sun is. And then you can either water some down just to get that blend a little bit nicer. See, so much better already. Told you it would come together. Oh, I am a mess for this one. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. If you ever doubt what you're doing, just keep going and eventually it will look alright. But leaving a half painted anything isn't going to help you, and it'll just be a waste of materials. But if you use even more material, then it might look good. If that makes sense. I need either sleep or more coffee. I'm guessing it's not the more coffee that I need. And I want to add another cloud down here. Just because 3 is a good number. And I can add a little bit of the brownish color in there, just to get to kind of matchy-matchy the others. If it sounds like I'm watching Elmo, I'm not. I'm watching The Labyrinth. Cool. And I kind of want to use this purple and then just go in and really show off this second set of mountains, because I feel like it kind of got lost when we were doing it the first time, mostly because they were supposed to be waves at sunset. So we're just gonna go like this instead. And if we add a little bit of white to that, it's crazy how watercolor changes so differently from like acrylics. We can go in at the top one and do the same thing. And I think that we might be able to start going in with the black now. Let's try it. Yep. Okay, pretty much just where we were doing the gray or the brownish color here. Just gonna do the same thing, just in black. Cover it up. Get rid of it. Make it even more noticeable. We have the trunk. And just kind of And if you need inspiration on what a pine tree looks like, just go into the living room and look at your Christmas tree. That is if you're watching these videos after Christmas. If not, then like, I guess just Google it. And the bottom one is gonna be like the thickest. Maybe not the thickest, but you know what I mean. I keep wanting to ask for your feedback. Like, should I sing? Should I talk less? Should I talk more? Like, what do you want me to do? But, like, this gift is already going to be gone. Like, done by the time I could get your feedback. So, I'm just not going to ask. Because you're stuck with whatever I give you, so. And this one, I'm just kind of doing the same thing, except I'm doing more like wiggly motions. I'm not really being super detailed, technical like I was with the other tree. I totally think I could paint or do a paint and sip class, couldn't I? Don't answer that. But also let me know if I can. But if I can't and you think that these are like ridiculous, then just like don't say anything. But if you think that I can do a paint and sip class and like people would understand if I didn't have a whole bunch of coffee rushing through my veins, then let me know, because I could make money that way. Right, and that is not even black at all. Well, it's black, it's just not even. It's uneven. And I want to add some black to that brown that we used and darken up these trees because they kind of got lost once we darkened up that black one. And with these ones, they don't need as much detail. You just need the general shape. I want to add some more like stocky ones back there. Remember, the further you go off in the distance, the smaller and lighter trees and everything gets. And we could always go in with like little lines up there for like little fake trees. Mix in some of this purple just to get it closer to what the background is. And add some more. The ones in the background, you don't even need to like worry about it. You just like that. Alright, I actually like how this one turned out. If you don't like how uneven the black is, you can always go in afterwards. Excuse my hairy arm. You can always go in afterwards and do another coat of the black, or you could go in with some Sharpie and fix the trees in the foreground. But yeah, I kind of like how this one turned out. Good job.